The stars looked different from this part of space, Kate thought as she stared out the window of the small rescue ship. The human woman had dark hair cut short and wore the blue uniform of Earth Space Rescue. She was 30 years old and had been doing this job for 8 years now. Kate pressed buttons on her control panel. Her mission was simple: check out the distress call from this area and help if possible. Space Rescue took all calls seriously, even ones from unknown sources. The call had come in 3 days ago. Strange clicking sounds mixed with words in a language Kate did not know, but pain sounded the same in any language. She could tell someone needed help. A light flashed on her screen. Kate leaned forward. Something big was floating. Ahead, its shape was odd. Not like any ship she knew, it was purple and green with strange bumps all over it. Kate had seen many alien ships before, but this one was new to her. Kate moved her ship closer. She spoke into her radio. "Hello, this is Earth, Space Rescue. Do you need help?" No answer came. She tried again using the universal greeting taught to all rescue workers. A voice answered. It was soft with a musical quality. Kate did not understand the words, but the tone was clear. Whoever spoke was hurt badly. Kate docked her ship with the alien vessel. It took some time to figure out how to open the door. The air inside smelled sweet like flowers. The gravity was lighter than Earth, making Kate feel like she could jump very high if she wanted. Followed the sound of weak breathing down a hallway. The walls glowed with soft light showing pictures of strange planets and stars. Kate wished she had time to look at them, but someone needed her help in a large round room. Kate found her. The alien was tall, almost 7 feet, with skin that shimmered between blue and green like the ocean on a sunny day. She had 4 arms and large eyes that reminded Kate of purple gems. The alien wore a crown made of what looked like living crystal. The alien queen lay on the floor beside what must have been her throne. Blood, the color of gold, leaked from a wound in her side. Kate knelt down, not caring that the blood would stain her uniform. "Help me," the alien queen said. Her voice now came through the translator Kate wore on her wrist. The words were broken but clear. Kate opened her medical kit and went to work. The wound was deep, made by some kind of energy weapon. Kate used all her skills to stop the bleeding and close the injury. The alien queen's eyes never left Kate's face. "Why?" Kate asked as she worked. "Why help me? You do not know me." Kate smiled as she applied medicine to the wound. "Where I come from, we help those who need it, no matter who they are." The alien queen watched with wonder. "No one in my empire would help an enemy," she said. "Are we enemies?" Kate asked. The alien queen was quiet for a moment. "No," she finally said. "We are not." It took hours, but Kate managed to save the alien queen, whose name was Lyria. Queen. Lyria explained that her own cousin had tried to kill her to take the throne. Lyria had escaped in her personal ship, but was badly hurt. Kate stayed for days, helping Lyria heal. She learned that Lyria's empire spanned 50 star systems. Lyria showed Kate maps of her worlds. Using the ship's computer, Kate had never seen such beautiful places. "Your people value kindness," Lyria said on the 5th day as they shared a meal Kate had brought from her ship. The food was simple sandwiches, but Lyria seemed to enjoy them. "Some do," Kate said. "Not all humans are kind, but we try to be better." Lyria touched Kate's hand with one of her 4. The touch sent a warm feeling up Kate's arm. "In my empire, a ruler must be strong and feared. No one would dare attack them." Kate shook her head. Being feared is not the same as being respected. Lyria thought about this for a long time. She had never considered such ideas. Where she came from, power came from strength, not kindness. It was strange to meet someone who thought so differently. "Tell me more about Earth," Lyria asked. Her large purple eyes focused on Kate with interest. Kate told stories of her home planet. She spoke of oceans and mountains, of cities and farms. She told Lyria about her family, her small home in a place called Montana. Lyria listened to every word, asking questions about things she did not understand. "What is snow?" Lyria asked when Kate mentioned winter. Kate laughed. "It is frozen water that falls from the sky. It covers everything in white. It is cold, But beautiful Lyria tried to imagine such a thing. On her homeworld, it never got cold enough for water to freeze. The idea fascinated her. As days passed, Kate sent messages to Earth Space Rescue, letting them know she was safe but needed more time. She did not tell them about the alien queen, just that she was helping someone in need. They trusted her judgment. Kate and Lyria grew closer, sharing stories of their lives. They were so different, yet somehow they understood each other. Kate felt strange feelings growing. In her heart, she had never met anyone like Lyria before. On the 10th day, Lyria was strong enough to walk around her ship. She showed Kate more of the vessel. Each room was more amazing than the last. There was a garden room where plants with glowing leaves grew in spirals up the walls, a room filled with water where strange fish swam in patterns that seemed to follow music. Only they could hear. "My royal ship is small compared to others," Lyria said as they walked, "but it is my favorite." Kate was amazed by everything she saw. The technology was far beyond anything humans had created. Yet there was something sad about Lyria when she spoke of her empire. Kate learned more about the attack. Lyria's cousin Nyx had always wanted the throne. She had planned the attack for years, waiting for the perfect moment. When Lyria had gone to visit a distant planet alone, Nyx had made her move. "She will tell everyone I am dead," Lyria said. Her voice was sad. "By now, she sits on my throne." "Can we contact someone you trust?" Kate asked. "Maybe there are people who would help." Lyria shook her head. "In my empire, trust is rare. Even those close to me would bow to Nyx if they thought I was gone. It is our way." Kate found this hard to understand. On Earth, people fought for those they believed in. They did not give up so easily. "We need to get you back to your homeworld," Kate said. "You need to take back your throne." Lyria looked at Kate with surprise. "You would help me do this?" "Of course," Kate said. "You are the rightful queen." Lyria touched Kate's face with one gentle hand. "You are, strange Kate of Earth. But I'm glad you found me." They spent days planning. Lyria's ship was damaged and could not make the journey to her homeworld. But Kate's rescue ship was small and fast. If they were careful, they might reach Lyria's planet without being noticed. Lyria taught Kate about her people. The Alari, as they called themselves, had ruled this part of space for thousands of years. They were advanced but set in their ways. Change came slowly, if at all. They value tradition above all else. Lyria explained they will follow whoever sits on the throne, even if that person is not worthy. Kate thought this was a poor way to choose leaders. On Earth, leaders were chosen for their ideas, their plans for making things better, not just because they had the right family name. As they prepared to leave, Lyria gave Kate a gift. It was a small crystal that glowed with soft purple light. "This is connected to my life force," Lyria said. "If I die, it will grow dark. Keep it with you. Always." Kate put the crystal on a cord and wore it around her neck. It felt warm against her skin, like it was alive. They left the damaged royal ship behind. Kate felt sad watching it grow smaller in the distance. It had been their home for days, a place where they had grown close. Now they were heading into danger. Kate's small rescue ship moved quickly through space. Lyria used her knowledge to plot a course that would keep them hidden from Alari patrol ships. They traveled for days, speaking little, both lost in thought about what lay ahead. Kate knew she was breaking many Earth space rescue rules. She should have reported finding an alien queen. She should have called for backup. Instead, she was helping Lyria return to fight for her throne. It could mean war. It could mean death. But Kate knew it was right. On the 6th day of their journey, a large ship appeared on their sensors. "Hide," Lyria said, her voice urgent. Kate used all her skills to duck behind a small moon. They watched as the Alari warship passed by. It was massive, with weapons that could destroy Kate's tiny ship with one blast. That was Nyx's personal guard. Lyria whispered, "She is looking for me. She thinks you might still be alive." Kate asked. Lyria nodded. "Nyx is not a fool. She will not rest until she knows for certain I am dead." They continued their journey more carefully now, avoiding all contact with other ships. At night while Lyria slept, Kate would watch the stars thinking about Earth, about her life there. It seemed far away now, like a dream. Sometimes, she wondered if she would ever see home again. But then she would look at Lyria sleeping peacefully and know she had made the right choice. Some things were worth the risk as they got closer to Alaria's home world of the Alari. Lyria grew more tense. She spent hours telling Kate about the palace, about the guards they would face, about Nyx and her followers. Kate listened carefully, making plans. She had been trained for rescue missions, not palace invasions, but she was smart and determined. They would find a way. 2 days from Alaria. Lyria sat beside Kate at the control panel. "Kate," she said softly, "there is something I must tell you." Kate looked at her friend. "What is it?" "In my culture, when someone saves the life of the royal family, there is a tradition." Lyria seemed nervous, her skin shifting colors rapidly. "What tradition?" Kate asked. "Marriage," Lyria said simply. "If you save the queen's life, you are offered her hand." Kate stared at Lyria, not sure she had heard correctly. "Marriage, but we barely know each other. And we are so different." Lyria nodded. "I know it seems strange to you. But think of it, Kate. If we are married, my people will have to accept you. They will see that I value Earth and its people. It could be the beginning of a great alliance. Between our worlds." Kate was silent, trying to process this information. Marriage to an alien queen. It was not what she had expected when she answered that distress call. But as she thought about it, she realized her feelings for Lyria had grown beyond friendship. There was something between them, something special. Would it be real? Kate asked. Or just politics? Lyria took Kate's hand in two of hers. It would be whatever we wanted it to be. Kate of Earth, I have grown fond of you. These past days have shown me a different way of seeing the universe. I would be honored to have you as my partner. Kate stared out at the blue-green planet ahead of them. Alaria, homeworld of the Alarian throne of Queen Lyria. It was beautiful with swirling clouds and vast oceans. It reminded Kate of Earth, though the land was more purple than green. We must be careful now, Lyria said. The orbital defenses will detect any ship that approaches. Kate nodded. She had been thinking about this problem. The rescue ship was small, but it would still be seen. How do we get past them? Lyria pointed to a small moon that orbited the planet. There is a secret way in. The royal family has used it for generations in times of danger. We can land there and take a transport tube to the palace. The landing was tricky. The moon was rocky with deep craters. Kate had to use all her skill to set the ship down in the exact spot Lyria indicated. A wrong move would mean crashing into the rocky surface. As they stepped out of the ship, Kate felt the difference in gravity. It was stronger than on Lyria's ship, making her feel heavy and slow. She would need to adjust quickly. Lyria led the way to a hidden door in the side of a crater. It opened at her touch, revealing a long, dark tunnel. This will take us directly to the royal quarters, Lyria explained. Only those of royal blood can open the door. They walked for what seemed like hours. The tunnel was lit only by the glow of Lyria's skin. Kate stayed close, not wanting to get lost. The air grew warmer as they went deeper. Finally, they reached another door. Lyria hesitated, her hand on the smooth surface. Beyond this door is my palace. Be ready. Nyx will have guards everywhere. Kate checked the small weapon Lyria had given her. It was strange in her hand. Not like Earth weapons, but she had practiced using it. She was as ready as she would ever be. The door slid open, revealing a large room filled with beautiful things. Strange artwork covered the walls. Furniture made of materials Kate had never seen before stood in elegant arrangements. This is my private chamber, Lyria whispered. No one should be here. They moved quietly through the room to another door. Lyria pressed her ear against it, listening for sounds from beyond. Kate stood ready, her heart pounding in her chest. Lyria opened the door a crack and looked out. The hallway is clear, she said. But that is strange, there should be guards. They slipped into the hallway, moving from shadow to shadow. The palace was quiet. Too quiet. Kate thought. Something was wrong. Lyria seemed to think the same, her eyes darting, everywhere looking for danger. They made their way toward the throne room where Lyria said Nyx would be. As they got closer, they began to hear sounds, voices raised in argument, the clash of weapons, the sounds of fighting. Lyria quickened her pace, Kate following close behind. They turned a corner and stopped, shocked at what they saw. The hallway was filled with Alari fighting each other. Some wore the dark uniforms of Nyx guards, others wore the blue of Lyria's royal guard. It was chaos. What is happening? Kate asked. Lyria shook her head. I do not know. It seems my supporters are fighting Nyx. They watched as the battle raged. Lyria's guards were outnumbered but fighting fiercely. Nyx forces were pushing them back toward the throne room. We need to help them, Kate said. She stepped forward, but Lyria held her back. Wait, Lyria said, we need to know more. There is a secret passage that leads to a viewing area above the throne room. We can see what is happening without being seen. They backtracked down another hallway. Lyria pressed a hidden panel and a door appeared. She pulled Kate inside and closed it behind them. They climbed a narrow staircase up to a small room with a window overlooking the throne room. Below them was a scene of splendor and violence. The throne room was huge with high ceilings and grand columns. A throne made of the same living crystal as Lyria's crown stood on a raised platform. At its foot, figures fought. Nyx. Kate whispered. Lyria nodded. That is her. The tall figure, with red streaks. In her skin, Nyx was similar to Lyria, but her skin was darker, her movements more aggressive. She fought with two guards at once, her forearms wielding weapons with deadly skill. But who is she fighting? Lyria wondered. The guards wore neither her colors, nor Nyx. They were dressed in white armor, something Kate had not seen before. Listen, Lyria hissed. A voice rang out in the throne room. Stop this madness, Nyx. You have no right to the throne. A new figure stepped forward. She looked like Lyria but older, with skin that shimmered with gold. Flecks. Mother Lyria gasped, Your daughter lives. Lyria's. Mother shouted, I have felt it through our family bond. You failed, Nyx. Your treachery is revealed. Nyx laughed a harsh sound. You are a fool, sister. Lyria is dead. I killed her myself. Never believe I'm dead until you see my body. Lyria whispered. Her voice was tight with emotion. My mother remembered my words. Kate watched as Nyx forces surrounded Lyria's mother. The older queen stood proud, not backing down. Her white-armored guards formed a protective circle around her. We must help them, Kate said. We can't just watch. Lyria nodded. It is time. She pressed another hidden panel, and a section of the wall slid open, revealing a passage that led down to the throne. Room floor. Lyria stepped onto a small platform, Kate beside her. Hold tight, Lyria warned. The platform dropped suddenly. Kate felt her stomach lurch as they descended rapidly. When they stopped, they were behind the throne, hidden from view by its massive bulk. Lyria took a deep breath. Her skin began to glow brightly with blue light. She stepped out from behind the throne. Kate, at her side. Nuff! Lyria shouted. Her voice echoed through the chamber. Everyone froze. The fighting stopped. All eyes turned. To the platform. Nyx turned pale, her skin losing its color. Impossible, she whispered. Lyria stepped forward, her crown glowing on her head. I am alive, cousin. As you can see, your plan has failed. Nyx's guards looked uncertain. They glanced at each other, not sure who to obey. Kate watched as some of them lowered their weapons. Nyx's face twisted with rage. Kill her. Nyx screamed. She pointed at Lyria. Kill her now, but none of her guards moved. They stared at Lyria, their rightful queen, alive and glowing. With power, Nyx howled with frustration. She grabbed a weapon from a nearby guard and lunged at Lyria. Kate moved without thinking. She jumped between Lyria and the attacking Nyx. The weapon in Nyx's hand hit Kate in the shoulder, sending pain through her body. Kate stumbled, but stayed standing. Her hand found her own weapon, and she pointed it at Nyx. Stop. Kate said, her voice steady. Despite the pain, I don't want to hurt you. Nyx stared at Kate with hatred and confusion. What is this creature? She spat. You hide behind an alien, Lyria. How far you have fallen. I stand with a friend, Lyria said calmly. She placed a hand on Kate's uninjured shoulder. This human saved my life when you tried to take it. She has shown more honor than you ever have. The throne room was silent, everyone watching the confrontation. Nick's weapon was still raised. Kate's was pointed at Nix's chest. Neither moved. Lyria's mother stepped forward. Her eyes were wide as she looked at Kate. A human, she said softly. I have heard of your kind, but never thought to meet one. Kate did not take her eyes off Nix, but she nodded respectfully to the older Queenix. Taken the truth of the situation, Lyria was saying, the guards obey me. My mother stands with me. You have lost. Nix's face twisted with rage. Never, she hissed and lunged again. This time, multiple guards moved, grabbing Nix and forcing her to her knees. She struggled but could not break free. Her weapon clattered to the floor. Lyria stepped forward, looking down at her cousin. What shall I do with you, Nix? You tried to kill me. You tried to steal my throne. By our laws, your life is forfeit. Kill her, someone shouted from the crowd. Others took up the cry. Kate watched Lyria's face, saw the conflict there. Lyria had every right to order Nix's death. It was the Alari way. But Kate remembered their conversations about leadership, about respect versus fear. Lyria raised her hand and the shouting stopped. I will not kill you, Nix, she said. Her voice was firm. I sentence you to exile. You will leave Alari space, never to return. If you ever come back, your life will be forfeit. Gasps filled the room. No one had expected mercy. Nix herself looked stunned. Lyria turned to address the crowd. I have learned much during my absence, she said. A new kind of strength, not based on fear or violence, but on respect and compassion. These are the values that will guide my rule from this day forward. Kate smiled despite the pain in her shoulder. She could see confusion on many faces, but also interest, especially among the younger Alari. Take her away, Lyria ordered. The guards led the still shocked Nix. From the throne room, Lyria's mother approached her daughter. You have changed, she observed. Lyria nodded. I have, mother. I have seen a different way. Thanks to Kate. She gestured to Kate, who was starting to feel dizzy from her injury. Lyria's mother looked at Kate with new interest. So this human saved you? Yes, mother, and more. She has shown me a better way to rule. Healers had arrived and were tending to Kate's wound. The pain began to fade as they applied medicine. Kate tried to focus on the conversation between Lyria and her mother, but their voices seemed far away. When Kate woke, she was in a large, comfortable bed. The room around her was beautiful, with high ceilings and walls that seemed to shimmer with gentle light. Her shoulder was bandaged, but the pain was gone. Kate sat up slowly, looking around. The room was clearly in the palace, but it was not one she had seen before. Where am I, she wondered. The door opened, and Lyria entered Kate. She said with relief, You are awake. The healers said you would recover, but I was worried. Kate smiled. I'm fine. The wound wasn't that bad. Lyria sat on the edge of the bed. You saved my life. Again, she said. You stepped in front of Nick's weapon. Without thinking, Kate shrugged, then winced as her shoulder protested. That seems to be becoming a habit. With us, Lyria laughed, a musical sound that made Kate smile wider. I wanted to tell you, she said. The council has accepted my return. They acknowledge me as queen. That's wonderful. Kate said. And Nick's already gone. A ship took her to the edge of our space. She will not trouble us again. Kate nodded, glad that Lyria had shown mercy. It said much about the kind of ruler she would be, and now Lyria said, her voice growing serious. There is the matter of tradition. Kate felt. Her heart beat faster. The tradition of marriage to the one who saved the queen. Yes, Lyria said. My council expects me to honor it. They are curious about you, Kate. About humans. They think an alliance would be beneficial. Is that the only reason, Kate? Asked softly. Lyria took Kate's hand in two of hers. No, she said, it is not. The only reason? My feelings for you are real, Kate. They have grown with each day. I would be honored to have you as my queen consort, not just for politics or tradition, but because I care for you deeply. Kate looked into Lyria's purple eyes, seeing the truth there. Her own feelings had been growing too. Despite their differences, despite coming from worlds apart, they understood each other. But what about Earth? Kate asked. My home, my family. You could visit, Lyria said. We have ships faster than any human vessel. You could return to Earth whenever you wished, and perhaps in time your family could visit. Here Kate tried to imagine it. Living in this palace, ruling alongside Lyria, helping to bring new ideas to the Alari, visiting Earth occasionally. It was not the life she had imagined for herself. But then she thought of going back to her small apartment, to her routine job. Would that be enough now that she had seen the stars? Need time to think. Kate said. It is a big decision. Of course, Lyria said. You have time. My people are preparing a celebration for my return. It will last several days. During that time, you can consider my offer. Kate nodded, grateful for the understanding. And if I say no, Lyria squeezed her hand gently, then you will return to Earth. With my gratitude and friendship, our worlds can still be allies. Kate. Whatever you decide. Lyria stood to leave. But Kate held onto her hand. Wait, she said. There is something I want to know. Anything, Lyria said. If I wasn't human, if I was just another Alari who had saved you, would you still want this marriage? Lyria was quiet for a moment, thinking. I cannot know for certain. She said finally. But I believe it is not. Despite your humanity, that I care for you, but because of it, your different perspective, your kindness, your courage, all of these things have captured my heart. Kate, human or Alari, those qualities would shine. The celebration for Lyria's return lasted 3 days. Kate had never seen anything like it. The palace was transformed with lights that floated in the air, music that seemed to come from the walls themselves, food of every color and texture, some delicious, some strange to Kate's human taste. The Alari people were curious about Kate. They watched her from a distance at first, but soon grew bolder, asking questions about Earth, about humans. Some were friendly, others suspicious. Most were simply curious. Kate did her best to answer honestly, to represent her world well. On the second day of celebrations, a message arrived from Earth. Kate had sent word of her location days ago when they first reached Alaria. Now Earth was responding. Kate read the message. In private, her commanders were concerned but not angry. They had established contact with Lyria's government and were discussing formal relations. It was the first official contact between humans and the Alari. Kate felt proud to have been part of. The message ended with personal notes from her family. They missed her. They said they were proud but worried. They wanted to know when she was coming home. Kate sat for a long time thinking. After everything that had happened, could she go back to her old life? Would she want to? On the third day of celebrations, Lyria took Kate to a special place high in the palace towers. It was a garden unlike any Kate had seen. Plants that responded to touch, changing color, and shaped trees that sang softly, in harmony with each other. A small stream ran through it all, water that sparkled like it held stars. This is the royal meditation garden, Lyria said. Only the queen and those closest to her may enter. It is beautiful. Kate said. She sat on a bench beside the stream, watching the strange fish that swam there. They seemed to be made of light more than flesh. Have you decided? Lyria asked, sitting beside Kate. Her voice was calm, but Kate could see tension in the way her skin shifted colors. I have, Kate said. She took a deep breath. I want to stay with you, Lyria. I want to accept your offer. Lyria's skin glowed brightly with happiness. You are certain? Kate nodded. I have thought about it from every angle. My heart and my mind agree. It feels right to be here. With you, I want to learn more about your people. I want to help build something new between our worlds. I want to be with you. Lyria took Kate's hands in all four of hers. You honor me, Kate of Earth. She leaned forward and pressed her forehead to Kate's. It was the Alari equivalent of a kiss Kate had learned. A gesture of deep affection. I have something for you, Lyria said. She reached into a pocket and pulled out a small object. It was a ring made of the same living crystal as her crown, it seemed. To pulse with light in time with Kate's heartbeat, it is beautiful. Kate whispered as Lyria slipped it onto her finger. It is part of me. Lyria explained. All royal jewelry is connected to the Queen's life force. This ring will always connect us, no matter. Where you are in the universe, you will feel my presence as I will feel yours. Kate looked at the ring on her finger. It felt warm, alive. It was strange, but right. Somehow like everything about her relationship with Lyria. The Royal Council has approved. Our union, Lyria said. They are excited about the possibilities of an alliance with Earth. Some are nervous, of course change is always frightening, but they see the wisdom in it. And my people? Kate asked. Will they accept me? Some will, some won't. Lyria said honestly. It will take time, but they will respect you, Kate. You have already shown great courage, they value that. The wedding was planned for the following month. It would be the grandest celebration in Alari history. Kate sent messages to Earth, inviting her family. Representatives from Earth governments would come too. It would be the beginning of official relations between their worlds. In the days that followed, Kate learned about her new role. She studied Alari customs laws, history. Lyria was patient, answering questions, helping Kate understand. She introduced Kate to people who would be important allies, showed her the workings of the government. Kate also spent time sending reports to Earth, sharing information about Alari technology, culture, medical advances, things that could help humanity, things that would show the value of their new alliance. At night, Kate and Lyria would walk in the meditation garden, talking about their dreams for the future. They came from different worlds, with different ideas, but together they found common ground. They began to build something new. 2 weeks before the wedding, a ship arrived from Earth. It carried Kate's family, her parents, her sister. They were nervous about meeting the alien queen, but eager to see Kate. Kate waited anxiously as they were shown into the palace. She hadn't seen them in person for over a year. Would they understand her choice? Mom, Dad? She called as they entered the garden where she waited. They rushed forward, hugging, her tightly, asking questions all at once. Kate laughed, introducing them to Lyria, who stood nearby, watching with interest. Kate's mother looked the alien queen up and down. So you're the one who stole my daughter, she said, but her voice was kind. Lyria bowed respectfully. I hope I have not stolen her, but earned her companionship, she said. Kate's father was full of questions about Alaria, about the technology. He saw everywhere. Kate could see where she got her curiosity. Her sister Linda was most interested in Lyria herself, asking about her life, her world, her relationship with Kate. Lyria answered honestly, charming them all with her gentle humor and obvious affection for Kate. Over the next days, Kate's family explored the palace, the city they met with. Alari officials discussed trade, educational exchanges, cultural sharing. It was the beginning of something much bigger than just Kate and Lyria. The night before the wedding, Kate stood on a balcony looking at the stars. She could see the constellation that contained Earth's sun from here. It seemed both far away and close. You are thinking of home, Lyria said, joining her. Both my homes now. Kate said, I never imagined my life would take this turn, but I am glad it did. Lyria touched the crystal ring on Kate's finger. Our union will change both our worlds, she said. There will be challenges ahead. Kate nodded. I know, but we will face them together. That is what partners do. The wedding day dawned clear and beautiful. Kate wore a gown that combined Earth and Alari styles, white like Earth traditions, but with living crystals woven through it that glowed with her emotions. Lyria wore the formal attire of an Alari queen, magnificent and strange. Representatives from 50 worlds attended. The first human delegation to visit Alaria officially watched as their fellow human joined her life to the alien queen. The ceremony was broadcast to Earth, to the Alari Empire. To everyone, a symbol of new possibilities. When it was done, when the vows were spoken, When the crowns were placed on both their heads, Kate and Lyria stood together on the palace balcony, looking out at their people. Both Alari and human watched from below. Two worlds joining, Lyria said softly. A new beginning. Kate took Lyria's hand, feeling the warmth of the connection between them. Through the crystal ring she could feel Lyria's emotions, her joy, her hope. Her love together. Kate said, "We will show them all what is possible when differences become strength, when fear becomes respect, when enemies become family." The crowds below cheered as the two queens raised their joined hands. The stars above seemed to shine brighter than before. A new future had begun, one that no one could have predicted, one that would change the galaxy forever. It had all started with a distress call, a human who stopped to help an alien queen who learned about kindness, and a love that crossed the stars.